The sinking of the Andrea Doria, circa 1956.
The 1956 collision between the SS Andrea Doria and the MS Stockholm near Nantucket left 51 people dead and led to one of history's largest civilian rescues at sea. What it lacked for in speed and size, the SS Andrea Doria made up for in beauty. Often called a floating art gallery, the luxury liner contained a multitude of paintings, tapestries, and murals, in addition to its 3 on-deck swimming pools. With the captain at its helm, Piero Calame, a veteran of both world wars, the Andrea Doria set out on its maiden voyage from Genoa, Italy to New York City on January 14, 1953, and proved to be immensely popular, successfully completing 100 Atlantic crossings over the course of the next 3 years. But on July 17, 1956, the Andrea Doria's 101st trip would end up being its last. The Andrea Doria collided with a Swedish vessel, the MS Stockholm, as they crossed paths in the Atlantic. A combination of heavy fog and misjudged courses caused the Stockholm to barrel into the starboard side of the Andrea Doria, tearing open several of its 11 watertight compartments. 51 people died as a result of the collision, but over 1,500 people were saved in the subsequent rescue. Still, with so many successful journeys under its belt, a more than capable captain, and new radar technology, such a collision should have been easily avoided. So, what happened? Captain Piero of the Andrea Doria maintained a quick speed despite the heavy fog, determined to dock in New York in the early morning. Likewise, the captain of the Stockholm, Johan, was aiming to shorten his journey, and so the ship's path was much farther north than the recommended eastbound route. Still, each of the men was an experienced mariner, and another vessel approaching was nothing new. Unfortunately, one of them inadvertently misread the radar, and the 2 captains emerged with different ideals of what should be done, intending to keep the Andrea Doria to his left. Captain Johan prepared for a port-to-port passing, the standard rule of the road for 2 passing vessels. For some reason, Captain Piero intended to keep the Stockholm positioned to his right, and prepared for a starboard-to-starboard passing, meaning the ships were now steering right towards each other, and no one knew until it was too late when an officer screamed, "She's coming right at us!"